You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show. That's brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3Chaos.com. They do a ton of graphics for our entire NBL network, including NBL Live and our original programming, and they got a great deal going on. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3Chaos.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get a 15% discount off your entire order. Web3Chaos.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. I'm OSU, and we've got a great game on tap for you tonight. Week 16 action. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans, a battle basically for a playoff spot. We saw the Chiefs last night in a tough game against the Buffalo Bills, coming out with a huge win to keep their hopes alive, but it doesn't get any easier for the Chiefs as they have to face off against a very, very tough Texans team under new ownership. Owner Double A looking for, this is actually his first game in the NBL, and he gets to play under the bright lights of NBL Live. Should be a fantastic game, folks, and we hope you will enjoy it. All right, before we get to the game, we're going to remind you once again, go over to our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com, brand new website, and apply for our NBL EA Access Tournament. 64 players, first place gets that signed Saquon Barkley helmet. We're going to be giving away a ton of copies of Madden 19 Gold Edition. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, okay, this is done during EA Access, and you do not need the game to play on EA Access. You get 10 hours of gameplay, and so the great part about that is you could absolutely play this game without having bought it yet during the tournament, and then win a copy, and then you won't even have to pay for your Hall of Fame edition. So it's absolutely fantastic for a great cause. In Operation Homefront. Should be absolutely a fantastic time. 12-hour stream on day one. Again, spots are filling up. We've already sent out 10 of our acceptance letters. We sent those out just a couple days ago. And by a couple days ago, I mean yesterday. And at the end of the day, if you don't get in now, it's going to be tough to get in. The spots are filling up fast, so make sure you apply 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Also, under that tab, under the EA Access Tournament tab, you can buy our special limited edition EA Access t-shirts. They are only going to be sold through the tournament, and 50% of the proceeds are going to Operation Homefront. So get yourself some t-shirts from our official clothing sponsor of the Madden Bomber League. Came from Nothing Clothing. 365.maddenbomberleague.com. We'll also have an update video coming out tonight about what's going on with the tournament, so be sure to check it out on our YouTube channel. Let's take a look at the players to watch for today's game between the Chiefs and the Texans. And first on the side of the Kansas City Chiefs, a guy who only debuted yesterday. It is Brennan Doughty. Really one full game under his belt, and he was fantastic yesterday. 21 completions, 328 passing yards in his young career, a quarterback rating of 84.0. Didn't throw any touchdowns. The most impressive part about Brennan Doughty, though, is he comes in, fills in for James Strzelczyk, the star quarterback with the most complicated name in the NBL. And he comes in, and he has poise. He makes the right throws, doesn't turn the ball over, and had a couple key scrambles, recognizing that the pocket was closing around and was able to take off and pick up some key yards. So Brennan Doughty will have a tough task today against the Houston Texans, but if yesterday proved anything against a very difficult defense in the Buffalo Bills, he's going to be up for the task. Let's take a look at the player to watch for the Houston Texans. And for the Texans, it is Devron Roberts. He's having an absolutely fantastic season. Up over 1,100 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns, averaging 22.0 per catch. Roberts is one of those guys that is just straight up a threat underneath. He's a threat down the field. If he catches the ball underneath, he's going to use that breakaway speed to get down the field. If you try to press him up and he's going over the top, you're not catching this guy. He is so good for Houston Texans teams that really didn't have a whole lot of expectations coming into this season. They've done a real nice job hanging in that AFC South. And by hanging in the South, we mean a win today clinches them the division. That's right. Jacksonville Jaguars dropping a game to the Indianapolis Colts. They're at 8-7. The Texans are 8-5-1. A win today locks up the division for the Texans. What a huge loss by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the Texans don't have an easy task today going against that Draco defense in Kansas City. Let's take a look at what Bleacher Report said for today's game between the Texans and the Chiefs, and split right down the middle. 6 people on that Bleacher Report staff, and it is half and half. Timbo, Bananas, and MBM all going with the Houston Texans. Owner Double A in his first game in the NBL. On the flip side, fella JY and Sklam going with the Kansas City Chiefs, going with the veteran Draco to pull out the win today. Should be a fantastic matchup. Week 16 action here on NBL Live. Broadcast 228. Should be a back and forth battle. My prediction on this one, there's a lot of unknowns going into this. We don't really know what we're going to see out of Owner Double A. We don't really know what the Houston Texans are going to do. This is a team that hasn't been on NBL Live yet this year. So it's still a very new team in terms of from a broadcast perspective, watching from the outside. The Chiefs, on the other hand, we've seen the good and the bad. We've seen the Kansas City Chiefs as a team that collapses late in the year and struggles to get that marquee win. We've seen the Chiefs team like last week come out with a big win to keep their playoff hopes alive. I am going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I like Owner Draco. I think the veteran presence of Draco, I think having played on NBL Live last week sort of gets those butterflies out of the way. And I think the Chiefs are going to come out and play hard. I was impressed with Brennan Doughty. I think that run game of the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be better. I know the Texans have a lot of weapons, but first game in the NBL under the lights, I'm going with the Chiefs. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I'm going to go 24-21 Kansas City in a knee knocker. But don't count out these Texans. The minute you count them out is the minute that it can get out of hand. It should be a fantastic game here on NBL Live, folks. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into the NBL Live pregame show, but it is game time here on the NBL Network. Coming up next, it is Week 16 action. Only 2 weeks left, folks, and these games get more important by the second. These two teams vying for the playoff spots out in the AFC. A win today clinches the division for the Texans. On the flip side, a win today by the Chiefs keeps them alive in that wild card race. It is the Chiefs. It is the Texans. It's coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches and makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle. It's
Wow. That big playmaker
Look at
ability as
him
he
go.
finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. And we are live on the NBL Network. What a game we have on tap for you tonight, folks. It is about as big of a matchup as you can get late in the season. Two teams fighting for a playoff spot. The Texans, a division title on the line. Should be a heated matchup here on NBL Live. Thanks for tuning in. I'm OSU, and we've got just unbelievable matchups coming down all the way through the playoffs. So make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. You don't want to miss out on any of the NBL Live action as we get through the playoffs, as we head towards the Season 32 Super Bowl here in the Madden Bomber League. We got that 5-year sim coming up at the conclusion of the season. We'll have the EA Access Tournament all here on twitch.tv/NBL Network. And then before you know it, we'll be sitting there middle of August, and it will be team selection time for Madden 19. It is an exciting time here in the NBL, as the Houston Texans are going to start off with the ball first. They return it all the way out to the 23-yard line. Texans sitting here at 8-5-1 atop the AFC South. Again, a win today gets them a division title. Owner AA just came into the league, so what a chance to clinch a division in your first game in the NBL. It's going to be Emilio Garreau in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers bunched to the right side. 1 over the left, that's Will Fuller. It's going to be Garreau dropping back to pass. On 1st and 10, he'll toss this out to the flat, finding Scott all the way up to the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and a nice, easy read. First throw in the NBL. First time hitting those sticks under the bright lights of NBL Live. Don't get fancy. Just get a little rhythm. Calm down those butterflies. Western Bus is this AA's first NBL broadcasted game. First NBL game, period. Period, amen. It is just first game in the NBL. So a real nice call there on 1st down. Now 2nd and 3, Garreau in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left, 1 to the right side, 1 tight end, Scott on the right side of that formation. And on 2nd and 3, it's Garreau dropping back to pass. Waiting, looking, finds Roberts underneath. We talked about him in the pregame. He comes up with a catch at the 37-yard line, and you're seeing early just some easy reads from AA, just some easy passes underneath. Don't get fancy. Let's see if owner Draco maybe ramps up the pressure, tries to get in the head of new owner AA, get some guys in the backfield and force him to make some reads. Now 1st and 10, Garreau in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. It's Garreau dropping back to pass on 1st and 10, waiting, looking, and see right there. We saw I'm just going to guess as we see this play out that there were a lot of deep routes. Yes, there were a lot of deep routes. The hard flat took away that drag route as it came over to the left side. The cover 3 took away the post route. That leaves only the 2 fly routes on the outside. And at the end of the day, if you didn't hit that drag route, that little underneath crosser from the tight end early, it wasn't going to be open late because they had the hard flat coverage on the outside. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs forcing Garreau into a sack. Only a 2-yard loss on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12 as they come out 3 wide receivers once again. 2 over to the right, 1 to the left, 1 tight end in the slot on the right side. Look for him. Try to split those 2 safeties with that post route. Howard Safarian Jenkins to his left. Garreau dropping back, Garreau dropping down as Bell gets in the backfield and brings down Garreau back-to-back sacks for the Chiefs defense. And look at, this is exactly what I'm talking about. All right, that 3 sting press. This is a huge play that gets a ton of pressure on the quarterback. If you're able to pick up that pressure, well, there's not a lot of coverage underneath, but because the pressure wasn't picked up, Bell came around the outside as a free blocker. You see the Draco defense, they're turning up the pressure, literally. Both the blitz and the pressure on AA. Now let's see what AA and the Houston Texans do here on 3rd and 23. Do they try to force it to pick up the 1st down, or do they play it safe? Looks like they're going to be throwing the ball here on 3rd and 23. 3 wide set once again. Roberts in the slot on the right side. Safarian Jenkins to the left of Garreau. He drops back only a 3-man rush from this Kansas City Chiefs defensive line. And he breaks free of a tackle. Garreau's going to launch his back over the field. He got too risky and threw a pick. Welcome to NBL Live, big fella. You can't do that against the Draco defense, throwing across his body and finding one of the guys in the white jerseys. Unfortunately, the Texans are in blue tonight. It's a pick, and it gives the Kansas City offense and their young quarterback, Brennan Dowdy, great field position at the 23-yard line. NBL Rams in the chat saying, uh-oh. MBM saying he's nervous. Well, on 1st and 10, it's going to be handoff Valentine right up the middle to the 17-yard line, 6 yards on the play. Everybody in the chat talking about you just got to throw that ball away, young fella. This ain't grit anymore. This is the NBL. You can't get away with those rolling throws across your body. Already Puerto Rico saying, throw away, man. Bryce is saying no messing around in KC. Second and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 2 wide receivers over to the left side, 2 tight ends on the right side of that formation. Valentine in the backfield. McIntyre coming in motion all the way over to the left side. It's going to be Valentine taking the carry. He's got a hole on the left side. He's got a big gain all the way up to the 7-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the play. And Kansas City coming out, establishing that run game. Rick Flair in the chat saying, got to know when to take a sack and punt or throw it away. Absolutely, because now Kansas City, they only had to go 23 yards for a touchdown. They're 7 yards away. 1st and 10 I formation. Valentine at the top of the eye. Valentine's going to get another carry. Stays on the inside of that right tackle and gets up to the 5-yard line. Picking up 2 on the play. Houston bring the blitz. That's the part that will be interesting to see. This Houston team under new ownership, how the defense handles the ownership change. They're top 10 defense in points given up and in passing yards and in yardage. Rushing yards, they are the 14th ranked defense at 79.7 yards per game. Offensively, scoring 29 points a game. That's good for 6th in the NBL. A lot of that's due to that defense. Opportunistic, and they do find a way to get touchdowns. As two tight ends on the right side of that formation. Play action pass for Brennan Doughty. First throw, and he's going to go down. Miner with the sack around the left side. No, it's not Nat Miner from the Eagles. But it's a big play for the Houston defense and an interesting play call there, folks. As you look at that PA middle, yes, the play action is nice, but you know inside the goal line it's probably going to be a cover two. When you got two post routes with no room on the right side, a dig route over the middle, and an out route on the left side, those are all routes that are going to be covered well by that cover two with no room to work with. 3rd and goal, Doughty dropping back to pass. Waiting. Down he goes, fumble. It's on the ground, and McKinney picks it up, and he's going to take it to the 20-yard line. What a job by the Houston Texans defense. Bend, don't break, giving up some carries to Valentine, and then waiting for their chance to get to Brennan Doughty. He was brilliant against the Bills, but today, sack on his first throw, fumble on his second throw, and the Houston Texans have life again. First and 10 for the Texans. Two tight ends, two wide receivers. Safarian Jenkins in the backfield. It's going to be Safarian Jenkins getting the carry over the left side. He'll pick up 3, his first carry of the day. As Serb in the chat saying, bang, wait, I think I got to do my Mike Breen impression. Bang! That was a big play right there by the Houston defense, just forcing a turnover and doing a great job of containing Brennan Doughty. And maybe game one was a fluke from Doughty against the Bills here on NBLI. Maybe a little nervous knowing that they need another win. More pressure on Brennan Doughty. As Garreau looks underneath, he finds Roberts. He's got to get outside, but he cuts it back inside. He'll get up to the 36-yard line. It's a nice, easy first down for Miro Garreau. 3 completions so far for Garreau. 1 in the flat, 2 on drag routes. Let's see if Kansas City starts pressing up a little bit and making Houston throw some intermediate routes, some deep routes, and making Garreau beat you over the top here. Minute 33 to go. Garreau comes out. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, Safarian Jenkins. In the backfield, Fuller split to the left, Roberts split to the right. And it is Garreau. Little stretch play for Safarian Jenkins in the block and just didn't hold up. Safarian Jenkins had a hole earlier. Could have cut it upfield. Instead, he tries to stay outside on that stretch arc play. Be taken down for a 2-yard loss. Second and 12 now for the Houston Texans. A reminder, a win today gives the Houston Texans a division title. Also shuts out Unisolated from getting that division title that he guaranteed he would get in that division with Sonny Weaver. 2nd and 12, look for the out route on the left side. Oh, it's open. It's Will Fuller with the catch and a first down at the 49-yard line. Nice job by Garreau recognizing Fuller. One-on-one soft coverage on the outside. That purple zone coming off the line. Couldn't get over fast enough. And it's an easy pitch and catch on the out route. Sandog, Texans grid late but in the house. Welcome, Sandog. Bomber in the chat saying Chiefs in a must-win. Absolutely. Bunch formation. 3 to the right side. 1 over the left. That is Will Fuller on the left side. Double A is the Houston Texans. Sandog. As it is Garreau dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Waiting. Blitz is picked up nicely. Garreau gets out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a lot of room. Oh, why throw it? But he finds Safarian Jenkins. But why throw that ball? Did you see how much room Garreau had just to take off on the right side? It was man coverage deep down the field. It's 30, 40 yards on the ground. Instead, he makes a dangerous throw across his body, finding Safarian Jenkins in a pass that should have been picked. It ends up working out, but what a bad decision. You just got to take your yards, and you would have been much farther up the field. We've been talking about them near the red zone instead of back here on the 40-yard line, but it ends up working out. Safarian Jenkins at the top of the I formation as Garreau drops back to pass. 4-man rush. It was a quick throw to the tight end, and it just was not accurate. As we're going to use the end of the first quarter. 0-0 your score. Couple early turnovers have kept this a ball game. Everybody in the chat talking about just run that, young fella. Just run that. Not you, fella. Not you, fella. By the way, if you haven't checked out the Dean's List, make sure you check it out. It's always retweeted over on the Twitter at Bomber League. But Fella Blitz does such a great job with the Dean's List. One of my favorite things to watch. It's only a 20, 30-second video, but it is one of the most entertaining things you can watch in the NBL content spheres. It's a throw to the corner route. And that's covered the entire way. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. And once again, we get to see what new owner AA, what Emilio Garreau does here on 3rd down. Last time he faced a big 3rd down, he threw a really bad pick. Surprised we're not seeing more Howard, Zafarian, and Jenkins. Your first game in the NBL, maybe hand it off to a very good running back. Instead, it's been a lot of passing here from Garreau as he drops back to pass. He had 2 guys, all sorts of, oh my lord. If you watch it again, folks, somebody feel free to clip that. Those 2 in routes on the right side were nothing but open. Instead, he goes for that little angle fly route, and, well, he's lucky it's not going the other way. It's going to be a 57-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark. Maybe not. Maybe a little gun shy. NBL Network, he nervous Deca. You've got to think he's nervous playing on NBL Live. They're just going to punt this one away, play a little field position. Danny UUL saying Texans user is new. Yes, new as of literally a couple days ago. This is his first NBL game in the NBL. That's how it goes in the NBL. If you're interested in joining the NBL, go to our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Click the application page. But, yeah, absolutely. That's how it works in the NBL. Somebody leaves, a spot opens up, somebody comes up from our development league, the grid, and fills in, and there's no wasting time. We may be in the last season of the cycle, folks, but there's no time to sit around and get ready. You've had your time in the grid. It's now time for the big leagues, fella. You don't let that star pitcher who's called up from AAA sit on the bench. You're calling him up to play the game, and that's sort of what AA has going on here. Now, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, Brennan Dowdy. Rough start to the game. He's going to throw it on 1st and 10. Waiting. A nice check over the middle, and it sort of threw off the timing of the running back Valentine on that Texas route. It was a nice throw. He was going to have a nice game, but just a little check underneath, something you can really exploit here in Madden 18. A lot of contact past that 5-yard mark. Illegal contact not really called, so take advantage of that. Put a little pressure on him. He hits the running back as he comes out on that Texas route, which just throws off the timing just a little bit. 2nd and 10. Dowdy dropping back to pass. Drag route is open. And he's going to find the drag route underneath. It is complete to Tyreek Hill. Up to the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the play. And absolutely, this Chiefs team, they've got speed on the outside in Hill and Janty. Just 2 speedy wide receivers with good hands. Brennan Dowdy, what's his overall? I believe he's a 75 overall. Might be a 76. 1st and 10. It's Dowdy dropping back to pass on 1st down. Looks over to the left side on a little C route. It's caught by Tyreek Hill. Toe tapping on the left side. He'll go out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Big 1st down and a nice throw by Dowdy. With their star quarterback, James Straseljic, down with an injury. Dowdy's had to fill in these last 3 weeks and try to keep the Kansas City playoff hopes alive. Colonel Sanders saying if he stayed in bounds, he was gone. Absolutely is. Dowdy dropping back on 1st and 10. Dowdy has got to have that internal clock going as he just waited, and who else but Senor J.J. Watt, as they call him down south. He gets in the backfield for a big sack. Brennan Dowdy, you just gotta know. You just gotta know that it's been too long and you gotta take off. Did it so well against the Buffalo Bills in our last NBL Live game. Now 2nd and 18. Look for Hill on maybe a deep out route here on 2nd down. Waiting, looking. Nope, they're going to look across the middle, and it is Janty with the catch. All the way to the 26-yard line. The man coverage was soft, and Janty, he does such a great job of creating separation over the middle of the field. Z-Star in the chat saying the running back was open in the flat there. Redemption joining us in the chat. Welcome everybody joining us on NBL Live broadcast 228 here on the NBL Network. It is now 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Hill coming in motion. It's Dowdy dropping back on 1st and 10. It's Dowdy going down. It's J.J. Watt once again with another sack. His 2nd one in 3 snaps. 6-yard loss on the play, and he may be getting old. He may be a little slower. He may enjoy the early bird special at your local diner, but he is still a beast on the outside you have to pay attention to. Now second and 16. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. That's Tyreek Hill. It's a play action. Nope, it's a handoff. The play action didn't come because it was just an actual handoff to Valentine over the right side. Picking up a couple on the play. He's going to get 3 back. 3rd and 13, and right now, points at a premium. Let's see if Kansas City gets a little conservative here to make sure they get their 3. And again, folks, make sure you follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MBL Network. Hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live, we'll have broadcasts. Coming up through the playoffs, we'll have our Season 32 Super Bowl, our 5-year sim, which we do after the last game. This is a handoff to Valentine over the right side. Very conservative play call to make sure they get points. That 5-year sim, we're gonna sim the league 5 years, considering this is our last season here in the Madden 18 cycle. We're gonna crown a champion for team building. It's gonna be fun to look at because maybe there are guys that are not very good on the sticks, and this is an opportunity to maybe give some love to those players who maybe aren't as good with the controller but do a great job in team building and drafting in free agency, and crown a 5-year sim champion. It should be fun. The points are good. 3-0 your score here in here in Houston. Kansas City, though, up 3-0 after a nice drive there by Brennan Doughty. Much better than his first one. Porter saying Skins winning a 5-year sim. Find that unlikely. My bet is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owner player. Does such a great job with team building. We've seen the rookies that have come through Tampa Bay. The development done by the Buccaneers. My money's on. I think Tampa Bay is going to be very tough in the 5-year sim. As Colonel Sanders 94 subscribing his 3 months of subscribing. Again, if you have Twitch Prime, you get 1 free sub every 30 days. Make sure you use it here because if you do, you'll be entered into our MBL giveaways for subscribers. We will be doing a bunch during the EA Access tournament, so don't miss out on that. 1st and 10, Emilio Guerrero in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like it's a little screen, and oh no. Guerrero, no, that is no bueno. Guerrero, no. I got tons of these, folks. It's just me right now, so it's gonna be Pun City. As that one, looking for the halfback screen, the halfback went the wrong way, and Guerrero threw right to the middle linebackers of Kansas City. A huge opportunity to put some points on the board. As 1st and 10, it's a play action pass. Looks over to the corner route on the left side. Toe tap, and he'll be down to the 1-yard line. Genty with the catch. A nice throw there by Brennan Doughty. Tight window and man coverage. Puts it where only his receiver can get in. They're 1 yard away from extending this to a 10-point lead. First and goal, imagine. We're going to see a couple carries here from Valentine on 1st down. Doughty under center with 3 tight ends. No, why not throw it first and get obliterated? You just get absolutely obliterated. As Bennett came right up the middle and gave a little, how do you do, and obliterates Brennan Doughty, the 5th sack of the game. We're not even to the 2-minute warning of the first half. The 5th sack of the day by this Houston defense. Colonel Sanders saying the tight end was naked. Don't know why you'd know that, but get out of the men's locker room. And on 2nd and goal, it's Valentine with the carry. And Valentine cuts it to the left and finds Pater. Valentine's Day in Kansas City as they extend their lead to 9-0. Capitalizing on the pick from Emilio Guerrero. LAA, welcome to MBL. Welcome to the MBL Live. Broadcast number 228. You've got a 10-0 lead you got to overcome. Fair catch in the end zone, and whoa. All right, we gotta take a minute. Expert in the chat, our good friend from The Dynasty, saying stop eating Taco Bell, and normally I let stuff go in the chat, but Expert, we're friends. We met at EA Play. That's basically like telling me to stop practicing my religion. You can't do that. You can't say that on NBL Live. I mean, look at me. I basically live on Taco Bell. So on 1st and 10, Emilio Guerrero waits for that in route, finds Norris. Nice throw there by Guerrero. But, Expert, look, we're buddies. I'm just saying. I don't care. I had a buddy who worked there. Trust me, stop eating Taco Bell. Listen, I don't need to know. Here's all I know. It's delicious. And don't insult my family. Okay? We're good. They'll make us not be good by insulting Taco Bell. Ask Colonel Sanders how that goes. He's already dead to me. 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans. Bunch formation, 3 to the right side, 1 over to the left. Safarian Jenkins, boy, he hasn't had a whole lot of work today, and he is so good. Surprised AA hasn't decided to run a couple more run plays as it's going to be Garreau looks over the middle of the field, throws it into triple coverage, and the wheels on the bus are falling off. It's not going well. The reads aren't there so far. We're going to have to find something here to make sure they don't go down more because that was a pick waiting to happen. Jug saying Taco Bell equals trash. Somebody please ban Jugs from the chat. Expert, I love you, OSU. I'll send a gift card for the infraction. See, that's why we love the Dynasty. If you're out on the PS4, you're looking for a league to join, go check out DML. They are so good. They are a content-driven league. They have some fun over there. Totally different from the NBL, and we got an opportunity to meet up with their crew at EA Play. Some of the nicest guys in the community. Boneless pizza, though. Is somebody eating pizza with bones? Jug saying Taco Bell versus the 30-year-old stomach bathroom for hours. That's how I stay so slim here on the NBL network. It's the Taco Bell diet. 3rd and 8 for Garreau and the Texans. He drops back, 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Looks to the corner out on the left side. Norris with a catch, and he's got some room. He's to the 10-foot. What a play. I don't know if it was a smart throw, but a huge catch by Norris. A little cut, and a little see you later. I'll find the end zone. Garreau with the touchdown, and Houston right back into this ball game. 10-6 your score. As the extra point is up, it is good. It's a 3-point ball game as AA scores his first touchdown in the NBL. If I had confetti, I'd let it go now, but just imagine confetti raining down. What a job by AA. What a job. Garreau putting the throw right on the money. Kansas City going to get the ball back with some time. I don't know. I think he just tried to juke out his own blocker there, who was turned around, so he wasn't going to fall for it. Rick Floyd saying those caramel apple empanadas are fire. I don't think I've ever had the caramel apple empanadas. One of the few things on the menu I don't think I've had at Taco Bell. I haven't had at Taco Bell. Motor, my stream must be late. What a play. Refresh it, see if it catches up. Sometimes Twitch does that. 3 wide receivers over the left side for Brennan, Dowdy, Valentine in the backfield. It's going to be Dowdy dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Waiting, and takes a safe throw underneath. It's complete. Tyreek Hill. He's got a first down and more. He can get up past the 40-yard line to the 41. Tyreek Hill with the guns. Hey, OSU, my wife is asking me what happened. Nothing. Just tell her nothing. Pay no attention. Fat guy's just yelling again. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation for Brennan Dowdy and the Kansas City Chiefs. He drops back. Blitz coming. It's a screen pass to the right side. The blockers, though, tripping up Valentine. He'll only get down to the 44-yard line. I will say that is one of the things that I saw in Madden 19 in my time at EA Play and the time with that closed beta. Offensive line logic on screen passes. It's better. It's better, folks. Little less of the trippity doodah like you saw in that play. I think it's going to be a great game, folks. If you didn't play Madden this year for one reason or another, make sure you check out Madden 19 because it's going to be very good. 2nd and 7, pump fake. Dowdy rolling to the left side. Dowdy waiting. Dowdy fumbling the ball, but it is picked up underneath by didn't see it looked like one of the wide receivers coming back and making the pick up there, making sure that it's not turned over to the Houston Texans. And now 3rd and 13. Kansas City needs a conversion. If not, Houston's going to get the ball back. With a little bit of time, might be able to do something and tie this ball game up. It's going to be Brennan Dowdy breaking the huddle. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Valentine to his right. Bollinger, the tight end, to his left in the backfield. 3rd and 13. Driving back to pass. Waiting. Looks over to the right side. Has a man all alone on the sidelines. Did he get enough? Where are they going to mark him with forward progress? No. He didn't stay on the right side. The throw brought him back a little bit. And so on 4th and 1, they're going to be forced to punt this one away. Skittles strawberry slush from Taco Bell is good. I'm gonna have to try that because I've heard it's very good. I've heard the slush is are top-notch. Well, again, welcome everybody to MBL Live. Broadcast number 228 here on the MBL Network. I'm OSU, your MBL Network Director. Again, if you're watching this and for some reason you haven't heard about it, make sure you go to our website, 365.maddenbombleague.com. Sign up for our EA Access Tournament. Completely free to play in on the Xbox. We're giving away over $1,000 worth of prizes. All you got to do is be in the tournament. So it's a free application. First place is a signed Saquon Barkley helmet. Hey, OSU, shout out Idiot Lip. Shout out to Idiot Lip. First and 10, Garreau looking underneath. Completes it to Norris, but he gets hit immediately as he catches it. Over $1,000 worth of prizes. Signed Saquon Barkley helmet, first place. We're giving away a ton of copies of Madden 19 Hall of Fame Edition. I keep wanting to call it GOAT Edition. It's Hall of Fame Edition this year with T.O. T.O., a good friend of the network. I'm going to shout out to the MBL Network. I appreciate him. It's on second and 10. Garreau in the pocket. Garreau down goes Garreau. Surprised Houston's not taking the time out here. As a Homer says, Moe's is better than Chipotle and Taco John's better than Taco Bell. And Homer, you're not better than anybody. Get out. Good luck to you in your next league. Blasphemy. Although we know that Homer, for a bigger guy who likes to eat, you sure have horrible taste. Moe's is not better than Chipotle. Moe's, though, is better than Qdoba. But that's like, don't trip over the bar. Big shout out to Balkano66. Hello, first time viewer here. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for tuning in as the handoff to Jacquet. It's French for jacket. He gets the carry on third down. And now KC, 21 seconds, one timeout. They're going to get some great field position. Balkano saying saw the post on Twitter. Well, we appreciate you being here. And don't miss out. We got a ton of broadcasts coming up. Playoff time. This is week 16. We got the playoffs coming up as Big Stacks 47 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow, Big Stacks. We got playoffs coming up here in the NBL. We got our season 32 Super Bowl coming up in the NBL. And then we'll have our 5-year sim. Then we'll have our EA Access Tournament. Day 1, 12-hour stream. And again, that whole tournament is for charity. It's for Operation Homefront. They do a ton for our military families, helping with food assistance, financial assistance, repair, stuff like that. They do great work for our veterans as they come home from overseas. All of our proceeds during the tournament go into Operation Homefront. We have that tournament for sale, 365.maddenbombleague.com. Under the tournament page, you can buy one of our limited edition t-shirts. As Brendan Doughty finds the tight end on the seam, and just when it looked like Kansas City was losing a little momentum, it looks like they're going to get a field goal here before the end of the half as they take their timeout. Nice throw up the middle. It looks like it should be 13-7 as we go to half, but we've seen weird things happen on NBL Live, folks. Balkano66 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate all of our followers here on the MBL Network. You guys are great. Appreciate everybody just tuning in and watching our CFM action. As this kick is from the left side. If Draco has cojones, he's faking it, but he's not. He kicks it, and it's good. I just want to see somebody fake again on NBL Live and not get their heart torn out like I did. A new Sclamscriber will be announced at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Shout out to Colonel Sanders 94 gifting some subscriptions here on the MBL Network. So make sure you stick around. You might be that winner of the Sclamscriber giveaway. Rest of us saying OSU greater than Taco Bell. Let's not go that far. I will say I'm probably better than Del Taco, but I don't know about Taco Bell. As 13-7 your score, and I don't know if any team here is feeling great. I think if any team's feeling good, it's the Houston Texans because it was sort of a disastrous start to the game, going down 10-0 early on a really bad pick by Amirio Garreau. But at the end of the day, you're only down 6, and it's your first game on NBL Live. You just got to hang in there. Let's see if they can make a play here in the second half as Valentine cuts it back up the middle, gets to the 35-yard line. Going to get 6 yards to bring it to a 2nd and 4. Degadog in the chat saying, all right, AA, time to put some pressure on the Chiefs. Rustabus saying, put away drive here. 2nd and 4. Bunch formation 3 to the right. Tyreek Hill alone on the left side. Bollinger comes in motion. And on 2nd down, it's going to be Valentine with the carry. And nice job on the interior. Boy, J.J. Watt having quite a game so far stopping Valentine. He has a couple of sacks on the day as a tackle for loss. As Miner gets in the backfield and cleans up the tackle on Valentine. Now a big 3rd and 4. I'll tell you here, folks. 3rd and 4 here, 35-yard line. This is a play where if I'm offensive, I'm definitely calling something that has that skinny post over the middle. just in case they come out in the cover 2, but make sure you have something underneath to fight off that cover 3, 3rd and 4. Dropping back, waiting, looks to the flat, has a man, he has a first down, just past the 40-yard line. Nice throw there by Brennan Doughty, taking the easy read. Actually, that post route, it was a cover 3 blitz. That post route was pretty open over the middle, but he takes the safe throw and picks up a first down. Sierra Mist, 3188, joining us in the chat. Welcome, Sierra Mist, as McKinney. Oh, man, just like me in high school, McKinney wasn't touched, and he takes down Brennan Doughty at the 35-yard line. 5-yard loss on the play as Houston gets their 6th sack of the day. Now 2nd and 15 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right side and 1 over to the left. Valentine in the backfield. Doughty dropping back, waiting, and he's going to go down once again. In the words of Fallout Boy, it's going down, another 5-yard loss. And the Houston defense, I think it's 8 sacks on the day so far. 8 sacks for this Texans defense. They are doing fantastic in containing Brennan Doughty. The Bills didn't get a whole lot of pressure on Doughty on NBL Live last night, but the Houston Texans, they have tonight, as it's Doughty. Looks over to the flat. He just had to get rid of it. He got blown up in the backfield. Doughty's 10 of 11, but he's been sacked 8 times. So really, if you count all the sacks, he's like 10 of 18. 4th and 15. It's going to be a punt for the Kansas City Chiefs. And a huge opportunity. Houston needs to convert some points on this drive. Get it back to 1 score or maybe get the lead. I know 6 would be huge for the Houston Texans, as this will be returned all the way up to the 35-yard line. So we'll get to see Muriel Garreau and the Texans offense come back on the field. (13-7) your ball game right now. Houston Texans, a win today seals a division. A loss, I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars still in it with a loss. So they're up to 8-6-1. The Jaguars are at 8-7. 1st and 10. Looks over the middle. Oh, bad throw. Just don't throw that one. The linebacker was sitting on that one. 8-6-1. So yeah, with a loss, the Jaguars need a win in Week 17 against the Oakland Raiders, which, if anything over the last couple of weeks has proved anything, the Oakland Raiders can't win even a free contest. Can't find a way to win that. And the Houston Texans, they play, I believe, in Week 17, the New Orleans Saints, leaders of that NFC South. Actually, they locked that up. Yep, champions of the NFC South. Congratulations to Eric. I've always been a big believer in those New Orleans Saints. One of the biggest fans. As Garreau looks underneath, finds Norris. And again, here's what we're seeing. We've seen AA. We've seen Muriel Garreau. Lots of throws underneath. One great throw, that corner out for the touchdown. Don't know if it was the smartest throw, but it was put in the right spot. But beyond that, it's been a lot of underneath, a lot of drags and easy reads. And when they've had to make a read past about 5 yards, it's been tough. See if they can get something here on 3rd and 2. Garreau dropping back. Blitz picked up. He finds Norris underneath. He's got some room. He's up to the 40, all the way up. Almost the 35 to 37-yard line. Big first down for the Houston Texans. They're in field goal range, but they're looking for more. Norris, 4 catches, 102 yards on the day. Yeah, the expert. Raiders losing practice. They're losing everywhere. 1st and 10. Garreau looks over the middle of the field. There's the read we've been waiting for from Muriel Garreau. That might loosen up AA a little bit, as a nice read on that skinny post from the tight end in man coverage. And Houston is 14 yards away from tying this ball game up. They need the win for the division. Can the Kansas City defense and owner Draco hold? New owner AA out of the end zone. 2:21 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Safarian Jenkins in the backfield, who has been non-existent in this game. Boy, I didn't like that play call immediately. And he looks to the out route, and he finds Will Fuller. Oh, he had coverage underneath on the out route. The purple zone on the underneath, the blue zone over the top. And Muriel Garreau says, I can fit that in there. Thank you very much. Tie ball game. The extra point puts the Houston Texans up 14-13. As what a drive by AA and the Houston Texans. The division is in their grasp. Sierra Miss saying that should have been picked. Absolutely, that's now 2 throws now from Emilio Guerrero that have gone for touchdowns that I don't think were great. I mean, again, far be it from me to say what are great reads and not, but we're not great reads from an outside perspective. Well covered. And at the end of the day, the wide receiver's making a play, and Guerrero just putting it on the money. First and 10. Shotgun formation for Brennan Dowdy. He's had a tough game so far. He's been knocked around by this Houston Texans defense. He's going to get knocked around again. As J.J. Watt on the interior slides over to tackle and hits Dowdy as he throws it. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. I'll be interested to see if Kansas City tries to run it a little more with Valentine, especially here in 2nd down. Let's see if they hand the ball off, maybe loosen up the defense. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left, 1 to the right. Brennan Dowdy in the shotgun. Valentine in motion. They're going to run that little swing screen, and it was well covered. The man coverage got over there and brought down Mr. Valentine on the left side. Only a yard on the play, and now is where it gets serious because Houston, you can feel the momentum, folks. You can feel the Houston Texans. They feel like they can win. They're here at home. Kansas City Chiefs need to get a spark. Never count these Chiefs out as Brennan Dowdy drops back on 3rd and 9. Looks over to the corner out on the right side. Tough coverage, and the tough catch can be made, and that may be the difference in this game, folks. The Houston Texans receivers are making the tough catches. Kansas City's had a couple drops, a little case of the Butterfingers. Again, we appreciate everybody tuning into NBL Live Broadcast 228 here on the NBL Network. I'm OSU, your NBL Network director. Hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live, folks. We have a ton of games coming up. Week 17 and beyond. The playoffs, the Super Bowl, the 5-year sim, the 12-hour stream on day 1 of the EA Access Tournament, then the team selection for Madden 19. Tons of content coming to the NBL Network. Not to mention bonus coverage. Not to mention a ton of stuff in between the tournament and team selection. We'll be doing exhibition games, some fun tournaments here on the NBL Network. NBL Game Night. Lots of stuff going on the NBL Network. 1st and 10. Little counterplay for Howard Safarian Jenkins. He's going to find some room up to the 50-yard line. Only 4 carries for 8 yards for Safarian Jenkins. This is a guy under 100 carries on the year. This team he's battled injury a little bit. He's got 98 carries, Graham 57, and Jacquet 46. But Safarian Jenkins on 98 carries, 511 yards, average of 5.2 and 6 touchdowns. So he's a very capable halfback. He's on 2nd and 5. Look at the Chiefs defense. Little insta-shed on the interior, and Guerrero is down. He's holding that arm. And who else is going to come in but the man made of glass himself, the man with no knees, the man who many doctors say is just free money, Mr. Deshaun Watson, backup quarterback as Guerrero being looked at on the sidelines. Chuck saying trouble. Absolutely. Deshaun Watson into the game in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 to the left. Howard Safarian Jenkins to the left of Watson. He drops back to pass, 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Waiting, looks over the middle of the field for Will Fuller. Ooh, little possession catch in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys. And Watson goes, I may be the backup, but I can still make a throw when my ACLs aren't on the ground. It's a big 1st down for the Houston Texans as they are on the 32-yard line looking to extend their lead and, man, get that division title. Jugs, Mr. Glass. Deca saying beautiful toss. Colonel Sanders saying throwing into quintuple coverage instead of hitting the wide open running back in the flat. Gutsy. Look, gutsy indeed, but it worked out, and that's sort of been the model of Emilio Guerrero and Deshaun Watson as Guerrero should return to this game. Lost to 2 on the play. It's been sort of the model of this passing game with the Houston Texans and new owner AA. A lot of risk taken, some dangerous throws. Throws I don't know if it'll pay off in the future, but they've worked today. It's given them a 14-13 lead. On the flip side, Kansas City offense with Brennan Dowdy has been stagnant, to say the least. As on 2nd and 12, it's Guerrero dropping back to pass. Guerrero throws to the corner out on the right side, and Roberts gets hit and can't hang on to the ball. Tight coverage on the right side on that C route. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. Decadog saying missed a hole big enough for OSU to run through. Let's clear up some things, folks. OSU don't run. It would be walk through. Thank you very much. 3rd and 12 for the Houston Texans. Let's see if they can get another huge 3rd down conversion or if they're going to be forced to settle for a field goal 19 seconds to go. Here in the 3rd quarter, shotgun formation for Emilio Guerrero. 3 wide receivers. Safarian Jenkins going in motion. Blitz coming. It's picked up, and then it's not picked up, and the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by the big horse, and then he fumbles it, and it's picked up by Jacquet. He's running the other way. He'll be taken Texans get a first down from that one. Gotta love that play. Gotta love the old fumble. Ruski getting a first down. It was right how they drew it up. Oh, Garreau puts it on the ground, but they went, don't worry, I'll catch this big guy and pry that one free. Houston's got a first down at the 48-yard line. Yeah, that's what happens here on NBL Live. 3 tight ends out there for the Houston Texans. They're going to hand it to Safarian Jenkins over the left side. Boy, there was literally only one guy out there being blocked, and Safarian Jenkins found a way to get obliterated by that guy. He's down holding his shoulder. Or holder. 2nd and 8, folks, and while we have a moment here in the third quarter, I want to give a big shout-out to our graphic sponsor, web3ks.com. They do a ton for our NBL network, our original programming, that overlays here on NBL Live. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for whatever reason, custom graphics, go to web3ks.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get a 15% discount on your entire order. Web3ks.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Garreau, waiting, finds Will Fuller underneath, has the first down at the 35-yard line. So, fumble Ruski from Garreau. Fumble the other way from big number 95 on the Kansas City Chiefs. But don't worry, it's no big deal. We're just right back to where we started from. Shout out to Maxine Waters. Gotta get it right back to where we started from. They're on the 35-yard line. As Jamie, I really hate Mark. Mark doesn't get a subscription, but I really hate Mark with the 6 months of subscribing. Appreciate the sub, my friend. Appreciate all of our followers and people who tune in here to NBL Live, whether it's your first time or your 228th time. 1st and 10. He's got the little angle route to Jacquet. He's up to the 20-yard line. As the Sclam Scriber giveaway to Rusta Busta 22. Rusta Busta, you have been gifted a sub from Colonel Sanders 94. The Sclam Scriber giveaway here in the 4th quarter. Again, folks, you can get one of those subscriptions, one of those Sclam Scriber giveaways here only on the NBL Network, twitch.tv/NBL Network. First and 10, shotgun formation. 4 Miro Garreau, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Garreau dropping back on first down, waiting, looks over to the left side. It's an overthrow, almost picked off. Oh, it was almost disaster. Luckily, it was such a bad throw that even the defender couldn't get through it. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Deca saying Texans got a nice drive going. Absolutely. Jug saying this is like Christmas in July. 2nd and 10. It's Garreau driving back to pass on 2nd down. Waiting. He finds Roberts underneath, takes a big hit at the 12-yard line. Now Roberts is down, and that could be a big loss if it is anything more than just maybe a game injury, because Roberts is a big part of the reason why this offense goes. He's so speedy, so athletic. A nice comparison to Will Fuller. As you can see, he's still laying down. Still laying down. That's no good. Now 3rd and 2. Do they try to run the ball? Do they try to throw the ball? They've got Jacquet into the game. 3rd and 2. 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Sally into the game on the left side. That's not Sally Fields. As it's Garreau in the shotgun, he's going to be looking to pass it. 3-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Rush coming up the middle. Down goes Garreau. It's fumbled again as Pathon picks it up. Boy, and Garreau is down. He is downtown. He is holding his ribs. As a big hit up the middle. That one's on Garreau. You got to get rid of that ball. As on 4th and 12, they're going to be forced to settle for a field goal. Lots of fumbles on this drive. From the right hash mark, 39-yard attempt. It is up. It is golden as the Golden Goose. 17-13 your score. Houston on top. As Roberts, bruised sternum, will not be able to return the game, but should be fine for the next game. So a big sigh of the reef. Sigh of relief. Or side of the reef for the Houston Texans. Slowly losing my mind here on the NBL Network. He's going to be taken from just inside the goal line, up past the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Trying to get to the 25-yard line. He will just get past the 25 to the 26, so if he had taken a knee, he would have lost again. Unisolated with the 6 months of subscribing here on the NBL Network. Appreciate the love from everybody out there. Unisolated, I'm here. Unisolated, don't worry. Nobody was asking. 13-17 your score right now. Can Brennan Doughty, what a great game he had against the Buffalo Bills, but he has been knocked around today. 8 sacks by this Texans defense. Doughty hasn't been able to get a rhythm going. Valentine hasn't been able to get a rhythm going. But if there's a time to do it, doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Play action pass for Brennan Doughty. Waiting, looks deep down the field. He has a man, but Janty can't come down with a catch through the contact. It's incomplete. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 10. On ice it says, I've been at a lake thing. I don't know what that means. Like a lake monster? Have you been filling a lake? What have you been doing? 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends on the line. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. For Brendan Dowdy, he drops back to pass on 2nd and 10. He finds one of those tight ends underneath, rolls over the defender to the 32-yard line, picking up 6, making this a 3rd and manageable. That's a real smart throw. A real nice read by Draco, making sure you cut that from a 3rd and 10 to a 3rd and 4. Now it opens up possibly a run with Valentine. It opens up an underneath throw. It makes the Texans make a call. Do I play underneath? Do I play over the top? Make sure I don't get beat. Let's see what they decide to do. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Hill to the left, Janty to the right, Valentine in the backfield for Brendan Dowdy. He's changing up the play, surveying this defense. Janty coming in motion. It's going to be Janty on the little jet sweep, and he'll pick up the 1st down. Oh, what a nice call there, folks. As Janty takes the carry, cuts it up in the middle, and picks up the 1st down. Didn't really expect that one. Thought we might be seeing the PAFK quick. Instead, it's the speedy wide receiver Janty getting up to the 43-yard line. 4:22 to go. I know I said lake skiing show thing. First of all, it's called water skiing, you nut. 1st and 10. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Play action pass for Brendan Dowdy. See, waits, nobody's open. Oh, and he's going to throw it over to the guy who had 3 guys on him, so the guy who had 1 guy on him. And lucky that wasn't picked off, going the other way, folks. Folks, in the chat, let me know right now who you like to win this game. Hashtag Chiefs, hashtag Texans. 4:10 to go. Chiefs only down 4. Valentine in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the left side of that formation. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. It's Brendan Dowdy. Under center, tight end coming in motion. He's going to stay on the left side. It's going to be a little counter play for Valentine, who cuts it up in the middle. And he's taken down to the 46-yard line. And boy, this defensive line of the Houston Texans, how good has it been? Serp saying Chiefs. Captain Planet saying Texans. Train saying Chiefs. Clay Bears 57 saying Texans. I really hate Mark saying Chiefs. Let's just go back and forth. Bananas, Texans, fried, Chiefs. Balkano saying Chief. 1 Chief. You can apply at 365.maddenmarmalade.com under the application tab. 3rd and 8. Brendan Dowdy needs a conversion. Oh, he's lobbing this up to the tight end. Boy, wouldn't have gone with that one. Not a great throw. Gonna bring up a 4th down, and then we force a punt this way. It's gonna be up to the Kansas City defense to get a stop. Play a little field position. Balgano, here's what I will say. Anybody out there possibly interested in joining the NBL, apply now. As Madden 19 comes out, we tend to get an influx of applications once the new game is here. So if you want a good chance to get in the grid, the development league of the NBL, apply now. This is the moment. Don't wait too long, because once that wait list grows as Madden 19 comes around, it's just going to take a little bit of time, and you may be waiting a while. It's ClayBear57 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow, my man. Train saying, can I change to Texans? It's going to be Emilio Garreau coming out. Or excuse me, that's Deshaun Watson. Garreau, I guess not returning to this game. I might have missed it, but he hands it off to Jacquet. It might be Jacket, but I'm calling him Jacquet. I didn't catch where he said to apply. ClayBear57, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. I'll put it in the chat for you right there. Nightbot beat me to it. Shout out to Nightbot. 2nd and 2. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. For Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. A handoff to Jacquet on the left side. He's taken down to the 29-yard line. No gain on the play. You may be wondering, hey, shouldn't they be killing the clock? Well, NBL rules state you can't kill the clock until under the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter, because we play 6-minute quarters. That would make things really easy if you could run and kill the clock. So that is why there's no clock killing yet. So still plenty of time for Kansas City. They also have 3 timeouts. But a stop here would be huge. Will they run it again with Jacquet? Will they throw it? 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Deshaun Watson. Norris coming in motion. It's going to be a toss play. That little toss crack. And what a job by the Kansas City Chiefs. They saw the toss crack. They get in the backfield. And James, with his 5th tackle of the game, none bigger than that one, bringing it down. Jacquet in the backfield, and Houston's forced to punt this one away. Yeah, Balcano, we are a big content league. We all have team Twitters. Our league posts on Twitter. We do a ton of streams. So if you're interested in doing content, Clay Bear saying, do I need to turn off my firewall? It's not a secure site. I don't think you need to turn off your firewall. Our site is just our site. It's just a WordPress site. 1st and 10. Bunch formation, 3 to the right side for Brendan Dowdy. Boy, the Chiefs had a ton of opportunities. Can they make good on this one? It's a fumble. Janty gives it up. McKinney's 2nd fumble recovery of the day. He's making his case for NBL Live Player of the Game. Turn on conservative. narrative carry. You need your guys to hold on to the ball as JT puts the pigskin on the ground. Kansas City not out of this yet, even though Houston's in field goal range. A field goal keeps it a one-score game, but the clock, their big enemy now. I'm just not saying Draco is dead to me. I just said you're a little dead to me for losing the tout. I'm just saying. Tout out right there. Expert saying McKinney with the final nail. Jug saying the D comes through. I didn't like saying that live on the air. I apologize. 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jacquet in the backfield for Deshaun Watson. Let's see what the Chiefs defense can do here as they get in the backfield. They hit Jacquet, but he's able to get up to the 34-yard line, 2:16 and counting. 4-yard gain, going to bring up a 2nd and 6. I'm just kidding. I said I love you. You're one of the best network assistants you could get. That's a ton of work for our NBL network. As 2:04 to go, this is going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. There it is. Look at that. I knew right when it was coming up. It's like it's at 2 minutes every time. 17-13 your score. Kansas City still has all 3 timeouts. 2nd and 6 for the Houston Texans. The one thing that works for the Kansas City Chiefs is the Houston Texans rushing attack has been non-existent so far. Can they get another stop? It is Watson in the shotgun. Jacquet to his left. 3 wide receivers out there. 1 tight end. Got 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 over to the right side. Norris coming in motion. They're going to throw the ball here on 2nd and 6. Looks to the flat. It's jumped and picked off. Oh, it's a big play on NBL line. He's up to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Oh, welcome to the NBL AA. You just got picked by the Draco defense. Touchdown Chiefs as they reclaim the lead, and the division is falling out of the grasp of the Houston Texans. Unisolated is he still dead to you? Because that was a huge pick to give the lead to the Chiefs and keep their playoff hopes alive. What a pick! And now it's going to be up to Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans, new owner AA, in his first game in the NBL to lead a drive to tie this ball game up or take the lead. 1:49 to go, 3 timeouts. This is NBL Live. Al Mizzle 1 saying, damn, looks like I missed a great game so far. It has been a great game here on NBL Live broadcast. 228 on the NBL Network. I'm OSU, your NBL Network director. What a ball game we've had today, folks. And it's not over yet. 1st and 10. Deshaun Watson into the game for Mio Guerrero out with an injury. 4 wide receivers. Jacquet coming in motion from the left side over to the right. As you can see from the play art, it's the fake. Pump fake. Watson waiting. Down goes Watson. Deshaun Watson, more like it, as he goes down. 7-yard loss on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 17. The momentum all on the side of the Kansas City Chiefs. Water update. I'm Outski. 1:34 to go. Clock is running. Houston, I think, smartly not using one of their timeouts after that one, because in case they don't get a first down here after that sack on 1st down, they'll have 3 timeouts to stop the clock. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Let's maybe see a little urgency here. Some hot routing there as Watson drops back to pass. Watson goes down at the 9-yard line. Dante Fowler with his 1.5 sack. Now it's 3rd and long. And, well, Houston's got to hurry up. They're using a lot of time. I know they don't want to use their timeouts, but you don't want to give up all the time on the clock. As JP 1462 saying, guy running the wheel was open. Yeah, I mean, again, first game in the NBL, there's a little bit of locking on to one receiver and hoping that it works out. 102, 101, they've used a lot of clock. It's Watson dropping back to pass. It's Watson, looks over the middle. He completes it to Norris down to the 33-yard line. Do they use a timeout? They do. 4th and 2. Nice throw there from Deshaun Watson. Woo! That's all I got to say. What a game here on NBL Live. I don't like that defense call from the Draco defense. Called the prevent over the top. It does leave a lot of stop underneath, and even those intermediate routes wide open. Would like to see like a man up 3 deep, something like that. Instead, 4th and 2. 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield for Watson. This is your game, folks, for the division. Watson, he's scrambling. He's going to pick up the first down and hold on to the ball. We've been begging for Double A to take the yards. Just scramble and pick up the first down. And that was a huge play. Converting on 4th and 2 from 3rd and 26 to a first down to the 38-yard line. 36 seconds and counting. They need about 25 yards to get into field goal range. It's Watson dropping back. 4-man rush. Watson taking off again. The defensive line playing fantastic. They've gotten to Watson and Garreau all day. 10 sacks for the defense of the Houston Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs, they've got 5 of their own. 27 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining. And they need 17 yards to get in field goal range. Try a tying field goal. Again, a win today for the Texans. It gives them the division. A win for the Kansas City Chiefs. It keeps their playoff hopes in that wild card, very much alive. The Chiefs currently in that final spot with tiebreaker over the Buffalo Bills. A win today may just about seal it. 2nd and 1. Play action pass. Watson's going to throw it. Waiting, looks over the middle field, and he throws a pick, and that is going to be your ball game. Welcome to NBL Live. Gage with his 2nd pick of the day. None bigger than that one. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't play their best game, but they played just enough. A huge, huge game for the Kansas City Chiefs as they might have sealed up a playoff spot with a win today over the Houston Texans. Oh, how good must it feel for Brennan Dowdy to be in that victory formation. As this clock will run out. What a performance, by the way, from Double A. First game in the NBL is under the bright lights of NBL Live. Their division hopes are not gone, though. They win next week, they win the division. They lose next week, Jacksonville wins over the pathetic Oakland Raiders. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who had a commanding lead in this division and have seen that go to the wayside, they will win the division. As 2-1 triple zeros on the clock, the Kansas City Chiefs, the veteran Draco with the win over the newcomer Double A. A great game here on NBL Live. Now time for our selection for the NBL Live player of the game. Here for broadcast number 228. Offensively, for the Kansas City Chiefs, it was a struggle all day. I'm going to give my player of the game to the cornerback Gage. 2 interceptions on the day. What a job by him. Able to get 2 picks. None bigger than that last one, which sealed the game. Houston had a little momentum. Picked up a big 4th down on this drive to keep their playoff hopes alive, to keep their division hopes alive. I'm looking at the standings right now. Houston's going to drop to 8-6-1. They will still be on top of the division in the AFC South. Need to win next week. But Gage with the 2 picks on the day, he was absolutely fantastic. The defense from the Kansas City Chiefs, at times they got picked apart, but all in all, they were able to contain the Houston Texans. I believe they forced 5 turnovers. I think was the final number. Joseph Gage, the strong safety. He's going to be your NBL Live player of the game. Here for broadcast number 228. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live, folks. We'll have a Week 17 game scheduled in the coming hours. But what a fantastic game, folks. This was a lot of fun. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Bomber League at NBL Network. Make sure you apply for the Madden 19 EA Access Tournament. All for a great cause for Operation Homefront. 365.maddenbomberleague.com. It's a free tournament. $1,000 worth of prizes. First place gets that signed Saquon Barkley helmet. All for Operation Homefront. 365.maddenbomberleague.com. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and listening to me scream my brains out here on NBL Live. For my co-host, OSU, and our producer, OSU, I'm OSU. Thanks for tuning in to NBL Live. We will see you for Week 17 action and for all the playoff action. Don't miss out. It's only right here on NBL Live.